Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we need to discuss a brand new character introduced in the Garmadon solo comic series known as Lord Mogra, and something peculiar about him that may suggest he is in fact the reincarnation of a previously defeated Ninjago villain. Now, before we begin today's video, yes, the Garmadon comic is still running. We currently have about 3 issues as of the time of recording this video, and this comic is indeed confirmed to be canon to the main Ninjago timeline, taking place after Ninjago March of the Oni, but presumably before Ninjago crystallized. So if you guys have not checked out the Garmadon solo comic just yet, I would highly recommend doing so, because the storyline itself is rather important to the context of the Garmadon character, and going into part 2 of Ninjago crystallized, it may be in your best interest to read the Garmadon solo comic beforehand. Now, in terms of the villain, yes, Lord Mogra is the villain in the Garmadon solo comic series, and he is a pretty interesting bad guy, all things considered. Throughout the first couple of issues, he was just operating in the shadows. He was kind of just watching everything, taking everything in, but now in issue number 3, the most recent issue to come out for the Garmadon comic, he actually faced Garmadon head on. And there's a little bit of an interesting dialogue between the two. Lord Mogra mentions how he knows Garmadon. He's had history with Garmadon before, and Garmadon recognizes this as well, asking Mogra how he's still alive because to Garmadon, he died. The comic does not in fact reveal who Lord Mogra is per se, but I do believe we can piece together some context clues and maybe come up with a reasonable idea as to who Lord Mogra could be. Now, obviously, judging from the thumbnail, I'm sure you guys know who I think Lord Mogra is. I think Lord Mogra is secretly the revived version of Samakai from the pilots, Day of the Departed, and everything in between. For those that don't remember, Samakai was actually one of the first villains that the ninja had ever faced, being the leader of the Skulkin army, which was under the command of Garmadon during the pilots. Now, you may be wondering what the connection is between Lord Mogra and Samakai. How are these two characters the same character if they look so different? Well, there's a lot of similarities in the Garmadon comic between Mogra and Samakai that are kind of difficult to avoid overlooking. For one, Mogra's choice of weapon is a bone axe, as seen in this panel right here, a bone axe being one of the primary weapons of the Skulkin army way back when. Also, in terms of Lord Mogra's design, he uses Garmadon's old helmet that he used during the Oni trilogy once he was actually revived by Harumi and the Sons of Garmadon. Mogra stealing Garmadon's helmet and claiming it as his own may be a callback to when Garmadon did the same thing to Samakai during the original couple of short films that accompanied the pilot episodes. There was a short film way back in 2011 that showcased how Garmadon took command of the Skeleton Army and he stole Samakai's helmet in the process. And with Lord Mogra, not only did Mogra steal Garmadon's helmet, he stole Garmadon's army as well, taking leadership over the Sons of Garmadon, who no longer followed Garmadon following the Oni trilogy, and rebranding them as the Red Crows. Like I said, the similarities can't really be overlooked here. Mogra is basically doing to Garmadon what Garmadon did to Samakai all those many years ago during the pilots. And considering how Mogra mentions to have a history with Garmadon, and Garmadon acknowledging said history, I think it's safe to say that Mogra could in fact be a revived version of Samakai, brought back from the dead somehow and put into this brand new body. Again, Garmadon also mentions that he saw this character die, and in the pilots, in case you guys don't recall, Garmadon saw Samakai die once Samakai tried to steal the 4 golden weapons and use them against Garmadon, overloading with power in the process and promptly exploding. Garmadon was around to witness Samakai die, so maybe that's what he's referencing here. Either way, I feel like there's a chance that during the Garmadon solo comic at some point down the line, Mogra will reveal himself to be Samakai brought back from the dead somehow. Otherwise, I'm not really sure who else Mogra could be. We know that he definitely has history with Garmadon in some capacity. Maybe he'll turn out to be Klaus, Kozu, somebody in between. Or maybe Mogra will just be a brand new character who has ties to Garmadon that we have not seen just yet as an audience. Considering Mogra doesn't really look like any other Ninjago villain that we've seen, I think it's likely that it could be a new character as well. I'm not really sure how many people would like to see Samakai return at some point, but I think his return could be awesome to see, and I'm hoping that the Garmadon solo comic will reveal that Mogra is in fact Samakai, just revived somehow. I personally would love to see Samakai come back as Lord Mogra, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. How would you guys feel if Lord Mogra was revealed to be Samakai? Would you like that idea, or would you prefer a different character return instead of Samakai? Leave our thoughts down below in the comments, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and like I said, that'll pretty much wrap it up from my thoughts here today. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to read the Garmadon comic if you have not done so just yet, and I will talk to you guys again in the next video. Peace.